done talking about it. Yeah, you should do something about it. Done talking about it. Yeah, you should do something about it.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Sima, your boy Ronto, your boy BlckkStar, and we got a special guest today. Say your name, brother.
11:30. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's good? What's good? What's good? And we are here with Maybe It Gets Better podcast. And we're on a multi-platforms this time. Yeah, we're on a lot of different platforms.
We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music. iHeartRadio.
Yep.
Jeez. Don't worry, Apple Podcasts coming soon.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, wherever you feel like you like to listen to your podcast, we're on there, you know?
Yep. Vlogs coming soon, streams coming soon, a lot of things coming soon this time around, man. But yeah, let's get it started with the questions.
Yeah. Alright, 11:30, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited to be here still.
It's a pleasure to have you, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. So we usually start off with how's your mental health going?
Yeah.
It's going pretty good. You know, some days are stressful. You know, I'm trying to work through life and being 24, pretty young. Not really that young, but pretty young. So I'm trying to get through life and get started on a lot of things for myself. So but mentally, I'm trying. Mentally, I'm trying.
You gotta take it one day by a time, you know what I mean? Especially, going through life and stuff is just every day is a battle. So, you gotta, take the little dubs and
the little wins.
Yeah.
Exactly. As long as you're trying, that's the best thing to do, yo.
Yeah. And the losses too. I feel like it's you gotta take both, It's tough though.
It's ups and downs, It's all about how you handle the downs, so you could get back up and keep going,
You can't do all the downs.
Gotta keep it pushing.
Exactly. Alright, so where you from?
Originally, I'm from Mississauga.
Okay.
A place called Malton. It's right beside the airport.
Okay.
It's pretty small still.
Okay, Malton. Okay. So you have an interesting name, 11:30.
Yeah.
Where did you get that name?
Okay, so the name 11:30 is literally my birthday. So
okay.
November meaning 11, and then 30 meaning the day I was born.
Okay. That's hard.
Yeah.
How long have you had that name now?
Honestly, it hasn't been that long. I'm rebranding as an artist. I'm just trying to shed my skin and do a lot of different things that I feel before, with that other name that I had, I wasn't really willing to do. So
What was the other name again?
Apartment 205.
Yeah, I remember.
Apartment 205.
That name.
Yeah.
That's hard though.
I know that name's tough too.
So
why did you change it?
I just felt I needed to shed my skin from that name. I feel that name held so much power and so much weight for me as an individual and as my own person. And as an artist, that name was tied to a lot of, moments for me that I feel I didn't really need to forget about, but I needed to just take it and just move forward with it,
Okay.
Yeah.
That name reminds me of the club. So.
Yeah, apartment 200, yeah.
It's so crazy because I've been there before and people are oh, you're apartment 205? There's a club called apartment 205. I'm no, it's apartment 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been branding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but also for branding, when you say 11:30, how do you brand it? Do you put the word 11 and then number 30?
So for the logo, it's actually 11:30. It almost looks like a time.
Okay.
But for my name, it's spelled out 11 ELEVN 30.
30. Okay. I like that. So what made you get into recording in the first place?
Honestly,
To the mic.
Honestly, I loved recording. My first time ever recording, I was 15, right? But what made me really love it was my cousins. They just pushed me to keep going and keep inspiring me every day to just want to make more and more music.
It's funny, that's how I actually even met you.
Yeah.
Through your cousins, Eli and Jordan Rhyme. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. Yeah, I used to work with them and they used to always bring you around and stuff.
Yeah.
And we used to always party together and shit.
Yeah, I was pretty quiet though. Whenever we hung around, I was pretty quiet. Just a little bit antisocial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So how old were you when you made your first song?
I was 16 years old, to be honest. It was so trash. I remember I was in the studio with everyone and there was bare people there all hyping me up. I mean, at the moment, I thought it was the best song ever.
Of course,
but like,
of course. Yeah.
nowadays, when I look back on it, I'm like, wow, this shit is ass.
You definitely gotta pull like that one bad song that you like regret just to know that like,
Yeah.
yo, you have the potential to do
Yeah,
better.
for sure. It's just like, for me, that's like a milestone, because when I go back and listen to like my old tracks, I'm like, you know, like that was then and this is now. Like, I got way better.
That you can see the growth.
Yeah, the growth,
Yeah,
for sure.
That's
Okay.
funny because like we kind of go through the same thing with our like episodes, like from day one to like our last episode. Like there was like a bit like a big growth
Yeah.
from those 2 episodes in terms of audio, visuals, and stuff. So, bro, it's like kind of cringe-worthy when you look at like
Yeah,
the old
yeah.
stuff compared to now.
But
Yeah,
then,
the
but
progress
then
is
like,
so nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It makes you feel really proud though, like when you have like a body of work to just go back and look like, oh, look at where we're at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leveling up, yo.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Exactly. So what would you say is your favorite thing about making music?
That's a great question. My favorite thing about making music is I feel like I kind of look at it differently than some of the people that I've seen make music. I kind of look at it like a painting, whereas like, you know, you got your vocals are your blues, the drums are like, I just look at it like a painting. Like it's just very colorful, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a body of art, to be honest, to me.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
So like the sounds and stuff are colors.
Yeah, it's like I'm making a painting, and at the end of it, I sit back and I look, and I'm like, yo, this is a masterpiece. Like,
Oh,
like
jeez.
look at this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
So you
a
take
visionary.
pride in your work and
Yeah.
stuff, you know what I mean? Like the colors that you put in, the different vocals.
Yeah, the
different-
vocals, everything.
Yeah.
It's like art, like it's real art.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm. So like take us through the process of you recording. What's that like?
All right, so number one, I do not write anything down.
You don't? Oh.
Nah,
What?
Like-
Right now, that little Wayne wave.
nah, literally don't write anything down. But if I'm trying to make a serious song and I'm like, okay, I need to like
Lock in.
lock in and make this like powerful and super meaningful, then I'm like, yeah, I'll write it down. But mainly when I go in the studio, first thing I do, I'm like, let me hear the beat. I literally open up the beat, have the recording software in the background, and I just like, you know, like trying to find a melody and stuff.
Yeah.
And if I like it, I keep it, and then I just go and record straight away. I just put like whatever comes to my mind.
So how long does it usually take you to make a song?
That's a great question too. It literally takes me like, I would say a good 6 to 7, maybe 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah,
Okay.
session, like
Yeah, full on.
full everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Remind us, what is your music like? What is it about?
Okay, so my music mainly is about relationship, like love, drama, you know, like me trying to find my way in this world also, but it's just like a reflection of how I feel, you know, emotionally, because I feel like it's hard to express my emotions sometimes. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so you do it through the music.
Through
So,
the music.
what would you say some of your inspirations are? Like, who do you draw inspirations from?
I would say Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller,
Okay.
Drake, obviously, he's,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Baby Keem, a little bit. Like, it's just literally everyone. Like, I just take bits and pieces from everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So, okay. You talked about not even writing music. So, what do you do when you have like say you have a block or something in the studio? You're in the middle of making a song and you kind of get stuck somewhere. What do you usually do in that moment?
Honestly, in that moment, I get so angry and frustrated. It literally feels like the end of the world to me, because I'm like, bro, this is what I love doing. How am I stuck right now? Like, my cousin always tells me, Jordan, shout out to Jordan Rhymes, he always tells me like, yo, it's because you haven't experienced life enough. Like, go out there, like try new things, like, you know, live. Like, don't just be locked up in the studio all day making music. Like,
I feel like with music, it's what you're doing, like you said, living, right? It's like what you're doing in the moment and what you're experiencing. Like, I feel like a lot of great artists, they can be in a situation and write it down, or not even write it down, but just say it off their head, right? Like that raw emotion. Like some of my favorite songs are songs that like you can tell that person's literally going through it right now as we speak. So I feel like, yo, bro, honestly, put that in your music. Like everything that you do, like if it's like a really like a situation where you're in a relationship and like you know like somebody broke your heart, like bro, put that music right then and there because we feel it, like you know what I mean.
Great advice,
bro. Trust me, like we feel it, like, and that's like my favorite type of music, pain music.
Me too. I love that type of music too.
Yeah, the music has to make you feel something, you know.
That's why I don't write stuff down though, because I feel like it's just too robotic. Like like for the songs that I want to be like super lyrical with, I'm like, okay, I'll write it down. But like sometimes I just want to go in the studio and just record something and just put everything into it, like just raw vocals, everything straight, drop it in there.
So you see how you said it's like robotic? It's because you're doing it in structure.
Literally.
You know what I mean? But like when you're in the booth, you know,
you just like, get the vibe. You're just like, you know, like
trust me, it's supposed to be like therapy, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of artists say it's like therapy. So
I swear it's like therapy to me because it's just like all the stuff I hold in, I just let it out on a track and I'm just like, okay.
It's like a weight's been lifted.
Okay, that's fire. So what would you say is the hardest thing about recording music?
The hardest thing,
you'd have to say like, you know, thinking about things when you're not going through anything, right?
Yeah, I would say it's mainly finding a topic. Like for me, you know, obviously like in school they probably taught you in like elementary school or like I'm not sure what grade, but they're like, oh, you know, every story has to have a beginning, middle, and end. You know, and the conclusion. And like, yeah, that's kind of how I think about it. So when I can't find those, it's tough.
Yeah. Okay. That's not. Does that Okay, you say you take about 6 to 8 hours to make a song. So like when you're in those type of positions, how long are you going for?
Bro, one take will literally take me like let's say I'm singing something like and I don't like the way it sounds, I'll literally do it for like 15 minutes straight, just trying to get it perfect.
Just one part.
Melody, right?
Yeah, just one part of that melody, because I want it to piece together perfectly with the other like melodies that I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a process.
I know, it really is, bro.
Okay.
But I love it.
You gotta trust it.
Yeah, you gotta trust it.
Bro.
Like my cousin be like, oh, like he'd be coming in the room and he's like, I'm like, yo, bro, I need to show you this song. He comes up to me, he's like, I play for him. He's like, bro, you only have like not even 40 seconds of the song done. And you still have like way longer to go. But I'm like, yo, doesn't it sound perfect? He's like, yeah, but like you still need to complete the rest of the song. And I'm like,
you know what I say? I honestly, even with this podcast, I feel like you gotta show your vision. You can people won't see your vision unless you see it for yourself.
yeah,
right?
that's true.
So you have that like product that's not finished, right?
Yeah.
But you really gotta capitalize and show that vision that you really want to like put out there. Like you really gotta be proud of what you do, right? So that little piece, like bro, if you really go crazy with the rest, it's like yo, people will start to see what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How long was your how long did it take you for your longest song?
My longest song probably took me from 8 in the morning to like 4 a.m. And that's just one day.
All day.
No
one
food,
song,
no food, no water, just straight in the studio like all day. Like,
oh geez.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. You gotta hydrate the mind.
I know.
So for the people that don't know, what's your biggest song right now?
My biggest song is either Bittersweet. No, my biggest song is Bittersweet or About It. Yeah.
About it? Okay.
Yeah. You can find those songs on YouTube. Just type in Apartment 205, I'll pop up.
We'll definitely put that under we'll put a caption under it.
Yeah, we got you.
Sure.
So is it hard finding like good engineers and producers and stuff like that?
Yes, it is, because personally me, when I work with producers, I like to have control over what the beat sounds like. Because I just have a way of doing things where I feel like it's like, yes, you're working with a producer and they have their own way of like doing things, but I'm like, I like it, but like I want to do it the way I want to.
Yeah.
So if they don't really give me artist control over the beat, I kind of get frustrated.
So I have a question for you. Would you say it's hard for you to like articulate or even like show the producers what your vision is?
100%. Yeah, it is tough. Yeah.
I think that's what the disconnect is with either like producer or engineering, because like you have that melody in your head.
Yeah.
And they don't fully understand it,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Or like you'll be asking them like, oh, I like the way you play the pianos to this, like the piano to this melody,
Yeah.
but they'll do it, but then something will just sound off because of the way that
Yeah.
they do it. And it's
So
just
it'd be like the one little like note will sound off. And
yeah,
it's like,
and I just
like,
get frustrated. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, like what are you doing? Like,
I think that's when the best music comes out, when the artist and the producer are actually working together.
yeah, in sync.
Yes.
I think like some of the greatest moments is just watching certain like I don't know if you guys watch like you know the Kanye documentary where he's with like
Oh,
Pharrell
yeah.
and they're just cooking up and
That
like,
was
they're just
so
like
tough.
bouncing off ideas and stuff like that is so important for making great music
It's true.
because it's like the atmosphere like the chemistry between artist producer it's like you can't like mimic it. Like,
It's literally irreplaceable. I feel like it's so easy to just rip beats off the internet, but like to actually sit there with the producer and have the vision come to life is like
Yeah.
It's the best.
So,
Yeah.
question for you: how do you feel about like artists working in studio with other artists, or like having like a verse being set? Like, do you prefer working with somebody in studio, or just having them send you the beat?
it's always better to work with them like in the studio
Yeah.
rather than them send you the beat, because I feel like you guys build a chemistry and like it'll show in the music, you know what I mean? Rather than you just sending the beat. I mean sending the song, but yeah. It's all preference, I feel like.
Okay.
So, where would be? Actually, let me pull that back. How many have you actually started like performing and going out to do shows and stuff like that?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I did my third show ever in my whole entire life, like a week ago.
What?
Yeah, by myself, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the cut, going up to people like, yo, follow me on Instagram, do this for me, like
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was so nervous, but I did it, and I'm like, I don't want to do it again.
See, that's how you know you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Because
Go
no, because you're actually doing something that you're actually nervous about doing, and you're
Uncomfortable.
like,
Literally.
you're like, I'm ready to go do it again. You're on the right path.
That's growth.
No, I was actually gonna ask you. I
So-
noticed recently that you're at a shoot with like Chromazz. I was
Yeah.
here.
That was crazy. It's just crazy because like, she's pretty famous, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like
she
she's famous, but like I feel like people think that you don't really get to see famous people in real life. Like, when you actually meet someone, you're like, damn, like they're a person too. Like, they're real. Like, they're not just like someone you see on the internet.
Yeah, you realize you're on the same earth.
It's actually funny that she's around this area, the North York area. Like I know a couple homies that like seen her around and stuff like back in the days. But yeah, like meeting celebrities, it's you think they're like above, like like
Yeah, you
like,
think they're just like you never will see them in your whole entire life.
That's good. That's crazy. So, where would be your favorite place to perform?
Like
Where? Anywhere in the world, any stage. Where would you
Rolling
want
Loud.
to?
Rolling
Rolling
Loud.
Loud?
For sure. Rolling Loud.
What
for
city?
sure.
What city?
California. Or Florida. Mainly
Okay.
Florida.
Have you been out there?
No, but I want to go so
Oh
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been that trip, man.
Yeah, it's fun out there.
Not to say I don't love Toronto, but I want to go there so bad.
Yeah. You definitely gotta travel. Have you been able to travel a lot?
No, only place I've ever left or been to was Vancouver.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I still never been outside
Yeah.
Ontario.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
I used to
I
live
know.
over there when I was a kid. That shit.
It's
Yeah.
clean.
It's clean.
It's so clean, bro.
It's so
If you litter, the police will literally arrest you.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
there's people that ride bikes that go around the city and make sure people are not littering.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, Toronto would be a different place if it was like that.
Yeah.
What?
The air there is just.
I think the only thing about Vancouver is just the homeless people. Like
Yeah.
the drugs and stuff. That's like the only thing about
Holy.
Vancouver that I feel like takes all that and how expensive it is. But
Mhm.
Toronto itself is pretty expensive, so
It's true.
yeah.
I didn't know that about Vancouver. I didn't know they had a lot of homeless.
It's crazy. Like you walk down the strip, you just see tons of people.
Jeez.
Well, yo, honestly, it was so funny because you know how I met you was through Jordan and everything.
Yeah.
How was that having him as your cousin?
Bro,
Like,
This guy-
cause me knowing Jordan, he's also been doing his music thing, and you know, he's been doing. I've known him since like 2016 and stuff. He's like a great artist. I don't know, kind of went ghost lately.
Bro, him as like an older cousin, older brother. He's like an older brother to me, to be honest. But he's one of the biggest motivators of my life. Like he has that basketball mentality where it's just like grind. Like don't stop. Like every day, just because if you're not grinding, someone else is grinding, and they're
Honestly, he's like a big advocate for that. Cause like I remember like when I first met him, he was like dropping music consistently and stuff. He actually even motivated me to like start doing content creating and stuff like a while ago. But yeah,
he's a beast when it comes to that type of stuff for sure.
Okay. So I wanted to go back to the like performing and stuff. Whose tour would you want to go on? Any artist?
If he was still alive, I would say XXX Tentacion.
Oh, okay.
My God, bro. I wish. Like, that's the one ticket. If I went broke, I would buy it. I don't even care. Like, I would just go.
Yeah, no, X was hard. Man, rest in peace.
honestly, rest in peace, X.
For sure.
If you could go to any listening party for any album ever made with the artist, what album would it be? Dead or alive?
Yo,
Dead or alive? Anybody?
that's a great question. Holy smokes. I listen to a lot of music, like even rock music, all that stuff.
It could be any album listening party, and you're going there with the artist.
It would have to be the Tory Lanez album that he made after like the Meg Thee Stallion incident.
What was that, Daystar, right?
Yeah, Daystar.
Yeah, those are
Daystar.
great
Bro.
albums.
Yeah.
Around that time, I was going through so much in my life, and I remember just bawling in the car, just listening to all the songs. Like, that album was so fire. Like, I wish I could have just been there, just like, Tory.
It's so funny around that time, like people were really trying to crucify that.
Crucify
They're like,
Yeah.
why are you dropping music around this time? You're so insensitive, da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, like,
What else is he supposed to do?
yeah, exactly. Like he
What
really
year
couldn't
was
say
that?
anything. I think it was 2021 or 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 2020. It was around 2020, 21.
I'll say 2020 or 21.
Yeah, it was probably 21 because remember it was COVID time around.
Yeah,
that time.
it was crazy those times though. And I feel like because a lot of people were locked up and they were like at home, just hearing that album and like seeing everything that's going on, he had like the COVID radio and all that stuff.
Yeah, he was up.
It was just like crazy. Like
That was game changing right there. Yeah. I think that's when everyone kind of realized what you could really do with Instagram Live.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yo, what's your favorite song off that album?
The song I cried to was A Woman.
A Woman.
Yeah.
I think what was that song? I think Friends became.
Oh, Friends to Strangers.
Yeah.
Friends Become Strangers. That song was tough.
That
too.
was crazy. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. One more. Thought provoking. For $10 million.
$10 million.
$10 million. Would you A, live in a world with no music, or B, live in a world with no movies or TV?
Ay.
That's actually a good question. I mean,
I love movies, bro.
He's fucking us up with these questions again.
Holy smokes. Favorite movie is The Matrix though, but
The Matrix?
Yeah, The Matrix.
Now, which one?
the first one,
Okay.
hands down.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Yeah.
Did you watch all of them?
All of them.
Of course.
Like,
Okay.
bro, I watched that movie so many times where it's like, I could watch it right now and I know what they're gonna say and I can just repeat it.
Yeah.
But
Did you like the full ending or?
the full ending, like, to wrap it up, like,
Yeah, the last movie.
Are you talking about
Or
like the
did you
trilogy?
rather? Yeah.
Like
because
the
they released.
end. Yeah.
I mean, like, there's 4 movies now, right? So, I mean, when they did the first 3, I'm like, okay, perfect.
yeah,
And then
I
they
thought
did
that was the
fourth-
ending.
So a lot of people love, but
Yeah.
then they made
The fourth one.
Yeah.
So, how do you like the series?
I was so upset because I do a lot of research about movies and stuff like on my free time because I'm really interested in like how they shoot stuff and all that stuff.
Are
But
you the type of person to like watch a movie and then watch a YouTube video?
yeah,
after?
like watch theories about it. And all that stuff. That's literally me in a nutshell. But the director of that movie actually like was pretty upset that they wanted like Warner Brothers wanted to like conclude the whole series. She didn't want to make a next one because she already had 3 out. So the way she filmed that movie was like basically like a FU to all the producers and the execs. So that's why it was so bad. But I was really upset. I'm like,
it wasn't really that bad, but it just left like pods, but it left like a sour taste in your mouth.
Sure. Like, I was so upset. Like, I'm like, bro, really? This is what you came up with?
I hate when directors have to go through stuff like that.
That was definitely one they should have left alone. Yeah.
It sucks when money's involved and like directors have to make those like big like, you know, decisions that
It's almost what they do to like artists too, like, you know, like when they're like, oh, we need one more album from you and all that stuff, and like the artist is like, bro, I already did so much, like I already made you guys so much money, and like now you guys want this, all right, I'll give you guys a poo album, like own that, you know.
Question: would you rather sign to a major or stay independent?
I would sign to a major, but I would do it in a way where I take that money and like I wouldn't blow it like how these other artists do, but like I would reinvest it into the music and find a way to make that stuff work. Like whether I get like a production team and like just have my music going crazy and like everything just like, you know,
Lined
nice.
up. Yeah.
Type shit.
Smart money mindset.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have anything new coming out, or anything you want people to know about you coming?
Guys, I'm coming to take over the city. I'm the next biggest R&B artist
Yes,
out of
bro.
Mississauga.
You're talking shit.
Hands down. You guys said Party Next Door was sick. He's from Mississauga. You know, that's a tough guy, but I'm telling you guys how I'm coming. Watch. You guys are gonna be like, yo, this guy's crazy.
yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Tap in, man.
Okay, so where can the people find you at?
You guys can find me on Instagram at ElevenThirty, ELEVEN 30 THIRTY club _. Yeah, that's how you guys can find me.
Wow.
Hello.
Maybe it gets better, man.
Yeah, maybe it gets better. But yeah, let's conclude this for the second time.
Yeah.
Well, that's been our episode. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's a
I
pleasure,
appreciate
bro.
you guys for having me on this for sure.
Yeah.
You guys are cool. I like the topics that we're talking about.
Yeah,
You guys are great
yeah.
hosts for sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Let's give a round of applause for 11:30.
Yes.
Clap it up for myself.
Yes.
But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Please check him out. He's very dope. I was in one of his music videos. The one at the beach. Yeah, I definitely gotta, you know, shout
Y'all
out.
see Sima soon.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be in the booth too.
Let me get a collab.
Sir. Yeah, no. Thank you guys for tuning in. Maybe it gets better.
Peace.
Each.
We should do something about it. I just wanna tell you this is my fault. Baby, that you fuck around and fell in love. Late nights, girl, we be on the phone. You know I'm the reason you be staying low. When all these other girls ain't showing no love. You the one that was showing